As somebody who uses a lot of AI, in this video I want to focus on how you can become more productive with AI while spending less amount of money. AI is one of those things where I feel that you can spend as much money as you want on frontier models labs and then still you can get nothing done, right? So I'm a developer and I'm going to show you how you can use AI in two specific ways. First is your coding specific tasks, which are something that you're doing for work. Maybe you're doing some side projects. And then there are a long list of non-coding specific tasks as well, whether that's just normal researching, browsing, figuring out meaning of life, everything else which is not part of your work. So let's get started. All right, so let's start with the productivity hacks with low dollar, right? This is the theme. Like, how do you spend less and you get more output? So first of all, like I said, productivity is about output. Like, how much can you get done in a minimal cost? And what that means is, generally speaking, a lot of people just think that low cost LLM, like low cost LLM models, means that you would have higher productivity with them for lower cost. But that is not really true, because think about it. If your LLM itself is sort of dumb and it's not able to do the work in first pass, you have to do multiple calls with it, you will anyway end up spending more money with a dumb LLM compared to what you will spend if you're just using a smart LLM for a higher price in the first place. So how I like to divide it is in two parts, right? Not this low cost LLM, but the productivity thing. So the first part is definitely coding specific LLMs, or harnesses rather, I should say. And then there is a non-coding specific harness, right? So in both scenarios, the core large language models will remain same. For difficult problems, for example, you will go with GPT 5.5 or Opus 4.7. For easier problems, you can use like a slightly less intelligent model as well. But inside of harnesses, I really recommend using one of these. So you can start with open code, you can start with Claude code, you can start with command code, which is also a new one which I've covered sometimes on this channel. You can start with Codex. There are also desktop applications. So Codex desktop is there, Claude desktop is there. So a bunch of these harnesses, right? So, but the list that I've entered over here, this is good enough for you to get started with coding specific tasks, right? Because these harnesses are tuned specifically for coding specific tasks. For non-coding specific tasks, yes, you can go ahead and use the same tools, sort of. So you can start with open code and Claude code and so on and so forth. But these are not the right tools for your non-coding specific tasks, because just to give you an example, for example, Claude code cannot generate images, right? Claude can read images, it can understand it, but it's not the best tool to generate images or videos, or maybe even, work with your presentations. There are different applications for that. That is where I bring today's sponsor for this video as well, which is Genspark. Now, this is a tool that I found out when they reached out to me. I saw that this is sort of like a super app again, right? So we have been talking about super apps on this channel. This becomes a super AI app in a way, because you can do everything that you possibly want to do in a non-coding specific harness using Genspark. And there are a bunch of interesting things about Genspark. This is a company that has also crossed $250 million in ARR in less than 12 months. So they have grown rapidly and they have been very successful at what they are doing. That is why people are not only using them, but they're also coming back to use them again. And the best part about Genspark, the reason I wanted to cover this, is that they are offering unlimited usage for AI chat and image generation for all paid users in 2026. Now, of course, like unlimited obviously means that you have to abide with their fair usage terms and conditions. You can't just go ahead and create a company on top of their own company, right? But this unlimited basically means that if you're an individual and if you're using Genspark for doing all of your work, you basically don't have to care about or think about tokens as an average typical user, right? You will not run into those 5-hour limits or weekly limits that we generally see. So just for total clarity, this is unlimited, yes, but it's subject to abuse guardrails, so you can't abuse their existing system, which goes without saying, by the way. So let me give you a tour of Genspark, how you would use that as a all-in-one application, right, for non-coding specific tasks. So I understand as a developer, you would need the harnesses for Claude code and Codex for other things. But for everything else, I feel Genspark fits in beautifully. Look at the list of tools, first of all, which are available over here. From designer to docs to sheets, slides, everything is there. And even the OpenClaw, the managed OpenClaw instance is available as well, which I'll show you in a while. But let's start with sheets first of all. So this sheets is different because, as you can see, I have literally an Excel sheet sort of, which is available on the right side, and I can select the cells, I can send them to chat, I can even create a sheet using AI, right? So I don't have to manually write the formulas, the text, even the multiple sheets arrangement, which is there. Let's try something. Please build me a plan for gaining muscle as I exercise. I'm 27, male, 70 kg. I need a weekly plan with exercises as well as a diet. Something that your gym trainer could ask for, a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of days in order to just figure out for you. What you can do is just ask AI over here, and it will not only just create a plan for you, but it can also create an Excel sheet which you can use to update your plan on a daily basis, right? Over here, you can see that we are using standard model over here, but you can use Ultra as well if you want, Opus 4.7 for advanced problems. Again, like this is not sort of a very advanced problem. There is no problem solving as such over here. So standard is fine. But if you're doing anything where you want the AI to actually think deeply and answer properly, then Ultra could be good. And as you can see, it's almost done. It's also formatting stuff for me, and it has created a couple of sheets already, right? So the first one, it's still working on something. Yeah, it's done. So the first one is the weekly workout plan, which just gives me, the whole thing, which I have to use. It gives me like a couple of days for resting. They are highlighted different. And to be honest, like creating something like this would take me at least 30 minutes, if not more, because I'm not an Excel person, but I can operate Excel, right? So I can just look at this, see what my day is, and I can just do those things. And in the diet plan, as you can see, it has created a plan for me for calories, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, water. So again, a pretty cool interface for you to just manage your life generally. You can also like download this as an Excel file if you want to keep this locally on your computer, but you can always come back to this chat interface as well. Next up, they also have this AI designer, which is basically image model in a way. But this AI designer actually has a bunch of these pre-made sort of templates which you can use directly, right? Look at this. These are like a bunch of posters. You can also use them to create, let's say, Instagram covers or YouTube thumbnails as well. Let's say I give it like a prompt. Can you create a 9:16 Instagram cover for a topic? Let's say I give it a topic of Iran versus US war in Middle East, right? I'm going to go with Ultra for this one. So just to show you like how this would work, and hit enter. And as you can see, just like the Excel sheet thing that we had, there is a big canvas over here, which it would use in order to design the final product, right? You can see like it's doing image search, it's doing like a bunch of things before it actually starts to draw the image itself. And this is actually much better than, you just one-shotting it with an image model, because your AI over here can do the research before it actually generates the image in the first place. So this would have much more nuanced context to it. As you can see, it already did a parallel search, a web search over in Iran-US Middle East conflict, because this is not in training data of the LLM, right? The LLMs are not trained, at least the recent ones, they still have cutoff of probably last year sometime. And as you can see, I have an full canvas over here in order to inspect and figure out which designs I like or not. And it's also asking me which direction feels right for your audience. So let's wait for these images to come to life, and then I'll show you how this looks. And look at this. This is a pretty good collection of covers, right? Personally, I like this one and I like this one the most. So this would be probably my number one. This one would be number two. And as you can see, because it was able to do web search, it was also able to sort of like get the Strait of Hormuz thing going on over here, right? And this is the benefit of, not just one-shotting it with GPT Image 2 or something, because this is a large language model combined on top of the actual image generation, which can give you like pretty good graphics. Like if you look at this, I mean, like, I'll be honest, I've paid a lot of money to designers in past for designing these graphics, right? And there's a large part of world actually still does not know how to operate these tools, and even if these tools exist in the first place. So if you want to start a side business or something where, you're helping some business, some local business, local brand build their online presence, and you can design these graphics and give it to them, I think that's like a good way to earn money as well, right? While you are operating these tools, you are smart enough to understand everything that you can do. They would pay you for results that you're bringing to their business. And by the way, like I mentioned, this image generation and chat, all of this is unlimited and free for the rest of the year on Genspark. Until and unless you're not abusing their service, you would not run into any rate limits or anything of that sorts. And finally, the classic one, which is also here, which is this AI chat. If you open this, you're going to see you land into an interface which looks very familiar to existing chatbots, right? The difference is that you get to choose among a lot of these models, including all the GPT models, O3 models, Gemini, DeepSeek, Minimax, a lot of these models which are there. Or you can use this mixture of agents as well if you want them to just choose a good model for you. And this is what you can use as a total replacement of every other tool that you're using, right? So look at this. A mixture of agents, it's just running it through a bunch of these models. And it's gonna let me just choose, which one I feel is the right answer, right? So GPT 5.1 says 3 levels: biological, philosophical, and psychological. Sonnet 4.6 gives us a spiritual level as well. Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview also gives more or less the same answers, because this is like, sort of an answered thing, even though this is not, it does not has an answer, but a lot of material exists on, what people are doing. And then there's a reflection response, which is basically a summary of every model, what every model has said, right? And then you can see, like, then you get a final response from the platform itself, which is a mix of the good parts of everything. So this, in fact, I feel is actually a really smart idea. If you want to, just ask something which is nuanced, or which is, which could have different answers depending on who has trained the model. For example, this Iran-US war, which party is right, or how the war should be ended, right? So you can have a bunch of these agents, different agents respond in different styles, and you can then finally figure out a nuanced take from their answers, which is pretty cool way of learning, right? And this is something that you can't do on a single model website like Claude or, GPT, because they will never have an interface like this. They will always push you for their own models, but never the cross model thing. So this can only be done by a platform like Genspark, which is independent of all of them, but still provides you with the best answers. As you can see, there are a lot of more things that you can explore, but you also have the ability to have OpenClaw hosted inside of Genspark itself. So all you have to do is just get started over here. Let's say I'm going to choose this light plan for now, and the configuration is different in each plan, right? So if you plan to do like more tasks on your OpenClaw, for example, a lot of voice-based dictation, or you have like multiple devices connected, or if you're doing like image processing, video processing with your OpenClaw, you can go for a powerful instance as well, which would improve the CPU and the RAM and the storage. But because I just want to give it a spin, I'm just going to start with light. I'm going to start my trial. And once you start your trial, you will get this subscription activated dialog. Let's open Genspark now. It's going to provision your VM, which is exactly like how it works when you do it on your own, right? I have created a video in past where how you can provision an OpenClaw on your own, on your server. The only difference is that here, you don't have to do anything and it'll be up in a couple of minutes. On the other hand, if you're doing it on your own, you have to configure everything from firewall security to making sure that your instance is large enough to handle your load, and making sure that the whole setup is secure as well. While the instance is getting provisioned, I also want to show you that you can download this application over desktop as well. You don't have to use this on the web itself. You can indeed download this. This is also available as a Chrome extension, so you can bring Genspark wherever you are, including everything that they have right now and in future. For example, look at this. They also have a meeting bot, which automatically takes notes, records your calls, creates a summary, and everything that I'm showing you is available inside a single subscription for the whole year. And as you can see, once your Claw, which is the Genspark Claw, is provisioned, you will get a similar interface like we have seen, but slightly different and more powerful on the right side. So you have a model selector over here, which you can use with your OpenClaw. You have a bunch of things here, including the channels. For example, you can bring it to Telegram, WhatsApp, Slack, whatever you can possibly imagine. Everything is here. You have your cron jobs and schedules, which, your OpenClaw is creating. You have a terminal if you're advanced enough and you want to just jump inside your instance to see like what's going on. You basically can go inside the terminal and browse around as well. But I can see the chromium.desktop is already here. So that means that this will also have access to browsers likely. So you can even use your OpenClaw to browse the web. And as you can see, like most of these OpenClaw instances, it also starts with the ability to, just get to know you a little bit. You can call me Mehul, you are GenBot, let's say. So you can play around with this. You can bring your WhatsApp, Telegram, all of these channels which we have talked about. So all in all, this is a super powerful platform, which I feel can replace this whole section of non-coding specific tasks as we have seen, right? So instead of me recommending you 100 different things, for example, using GPT Image 2 for images, then using, CDANs, for example, for videos, then using something else for OpenClaw hosting, and then, whatever comes next, whatever that is, I feel that you can just go ahead and use Genspark instead, which will offer you everything that is available today, but also with the promise of whatever comes next. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The link for Genspark is in the description, so do check it out if you want unlimited AI chats and images for the rest of the year. I'm gonna see you in the next video very soon. If you're still watching, make sure you leave a comment, "I watched till the end" below to tell me that you were still here, and let me know what do you think about the video.